Today at a very cold Clarence Park, we're talking to the Saints assistant manager Lee Allinson after the Saints have completed a National League South double over Chelmsford City with a 2-1 victory. After picking up just 1 point of the 2 Christmas games with Hemel, in fact, this was an important victory, Lee.
Yeah, it was really important. It was really important that we bounced back after Monday's performance. You know, we felt we were really poor second half and went too long and direct, and today we wanted to move the ball and have a rapid response, and I think we give that today, so delighted with the 3 points.
Chelmsford, one of the most fanciest sides, to beat them twice, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the kind of side we are though, David. It's what we just spoke about in there. We've got to start turning teams in and around us now into wins, and you know, we always match these top sides like we have against Tavener and Waterlooville and obviously Chelmsford twice. We matched Hemel on Boxing Day here, so yeah, we've got to now start matching the teams in and around us and picking up points there to make a push for the playoffs.
Yes, of course, the draw and the defeat to Hemel Hempstead, another side fighting for a playoff place, that cost us quite a bit of ground.
Yeah, it did, and you know, it didn't help obviously missing David Noble out of the team on Monday. We felt like we missed him and in his ball retention, ball control for us. But as I say, we're going to have these slip-ups. We are a young side, we know that. But today we responded brilliantly and picked up the 3 points. So, you know, I'm delighted about that.
The game started, I thought, anyway, for the first 15 minutes, both sides playing a lot of long ball. But once we got that first goal, we settled down. Yeah,
I mean, I think that the build-up to the goal was brilliant as well. We passed it, a lot of 1-2s in there. But as I say, we looked a little bit nervous coming off the back of Hemel. It was important today that we tried to get 3 points, so we probably did go a little bit long too early. Once we started passing it and moving it, we knew we could pass it around the Chelmsford side that are direct. You know, and I felt we'd done that for long stages in the first half, not so much in the second half, but give them credit, they really come out of the second half. But you know, after we got the first, we did really settle down in that first half and start passing how we normally play.
It was a bonus getting that second goal right at half time.
Yeah, I felt we needed it, you know, because I knew what was going to come. They had the wind second half, they were going down the slope, and you know what was going to come in the box from them. And you know, to be fair to Lane, the determination to get there was outstanding, and he finished it off beautifully to make it 2-0. And I just think it relieved the pressure going into half time. And I think we needed the second goal.
Of course, the 2 goals came from 2 unexpected sources. You mentioned Lane Eady there. It's only his second goal down at Park, and all time's been with us. And Kieran Monlouis' first goal at the Park.
Yeah, well, Kieran, you know, for me, he should be scoring more goals than he is at the moment. You watch him in training, he scores all the time, so he has to now start putting his training performances into games. And I think you've seen how much we need Kieran in the side, and you know, if we can start scoring goals and adding in double figures, 10 goals a season for me, Kieran should be getting. You know, there's no reason why the kid can't move back on into the programme eventually.
Of course, Lane Eady, mentioned him. He played in wide left in midfield, usually a left back. But he does like to get down there, and he can put a good cross in. Yeah,
obviously missing Zane and Sean Lucian's not quite right at the moment. You know, we felt that Lane probably deserved his opportunity. The lad's been sitting on the bench, he hasn't moaned, he's got on with it, he's trained really hard, and we spoke on Thursday and just said prepare that you're going to play. And I think he's put in a great performance, to be honest with you, today. I think he was excellent for us and worked so hard, and that's what we want from our players, the work rate, and that's what he's given us today.
No Harold Joseph today. He started at Hemel the other day but didn't look fully fit, and of course, as you mentioned, Zane Banton suspended.
Yeah, well, Harold, he picked up a real bad virus over the Christmas period, and he done a fitness test Monday. He said I'll be okay, and he wasn't okay. He was on antibiotics, and looking back now, it was probably a poor decision on his behalf to pick and play, and we've given him the shirt, and you know, look back now, and it wouldn't have happened if we'd have known how he was going to play, because he wasn't fully fit. He was ill, and you know, we've given him a rest today, so hopefully he'll be back fully fit next week.
One new face inside today, Harvey Bradbury, on loan from Watford till the end of the season, son of the Havant and Waterlooville manager.
Yeah, and to be honest, Lee rang the manager on Thursday and said that he was available, would we be interested, and we remember him from pre-season, and he comes on, he's very direct, and so we took the gamble and brought him in. He's only 19, the lad, and I have to be honest, I think he was outstanding today. His work rate, his desire, he chased everything down, and that's all we asked from our centre forwards. He's a big presence, and he's unlucky not to nick a goal towards the end as well. It was a great 90 minutes for the lad.
And he's joined up front by Charlie Walker, who replaced Sam Merson, who's also out with an injury.
Yeah, Sam's got a bad one, to be honest. Hopefully he'll be available next week. That's the goal. But he took a bad one last week against Hemel. He got raked down the back of the calf, and that's severely bruised. So he was no good at 1 o'clock today. So we put Charlie back in, and again, you know, he's worked ever so hard. Charlie's hold-up play was very good. just probably missed the goal. That was all his performance was missing. So again, really happy with Charlie's performance as well.
After winning those first 6 league games of the season, Lee, if you start the season after that, we'd actually be 17th in the table before today. So this is a huge win, and we've got to use it as a springboard.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always difficult, David, as you know. Teams are going to do their homework on us. Teams are going to respect us a lot more than they did earlier on in the season, and they know what we're like. We know we're a very energetic side, and so teams do their homework. And credit to Hemel last week. I felt they've done their homework brilliantly on us, and it's going to be an up and down season. We're a very young side, and like you say, picking that win up today leaves us a point outside the playoffs, just where we want to be, ready to mount a push towards the end of the season.
Last week we interviewed you, I think it was a week before an FA Trophy game, and it is again this time. Next week, Harrogate Town at Clarence Park. We've never played them before, they're in National League South, and they are going great guns at the moment. Yeah,
very good side. It's going to be it's a real tough one. We're going to get some reports this week. I know they play on Tuesday as well, so maybe try and get down there if we can, and see what they're about. We know they're a good side. We know they're second in that league, and that is a strong league, and I believe they're full time as well. So it's going to be a different prospect coming in here, and the nice thing is just playing someone we haven't played before. Both teams don't really know each other, and I'm sure it'll be a great cup time. Looking forward to it.
And we said it before last time. Trophy run doesn't do you any harm.
No, I want to be in it. There's no reason why we can't go far. At the end of the day, it's how serious do some of the top conference sides take it. You've only got to win next week, and I believe you're in the last 16, and you take it from there. I believe on our day we can beat anyone. The problem is sometimes you never know what's going to turn out there with our young side, but on our day I firmly believe we can beat anyone from the league above and this league, and if we do that, there's no reason why we can't have a good cup run. Well,
it's the second time we've interviewed you on here, Lee, both times after a victory. Surely it's time your dad retired, isn't it?
I don't think he's ready yet. I mean, he was trying to be quiet today, but it lasted till about the 75th minute, and there's 1 or 2 decisions which he got out of his chair, but no, he's got plenty of life in him yet, and as I say, I'm really enjoying working with him, so long way to go yet.
I believe he's still recovering from his hernia operation.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's been signed off. He's just not right at the moment, so he is struggling, to be fair to him.
A couple of decisions which would have riled him, possible penalties we could have had, but we've only had one during normal time of the season. We scored that. We struggled when we had a shootout at Hartford.
Yeah, well, I don't believe we're actually having much luck. I mean, I felt the first one was a definite penalty. I thought it was blatant handball. Second one, for me, I think Shaq's gone over a bit easy, if I'm honest. But for my argument is if he doesn't feel it's a penalty, then he has to book Shaq. So it was their contact. I believe he said to Shaq there was minimal contact, but not enough to send you over. So, read into that what. But, at the end of the day, I think the first one was a blatant penalty for me, handball, and just not having much luck with the penalties at the moment.
It was a cold day today. I thought the fans at times tried to do their bit to warm things up and get behind the team.
Magnificent. I mean, I thought on Monday they were outstanding, and that's why we were disappointed we didn't put in the performance that we felt the fans deserved, and they turned up today and really made a noise, and that helps. It's like a 12th man for us at times. I thought they were outstanding, and we need them next week. Because it is going to be tough. It's going to be back to walls at times. Harrogate are a good side, and we need our crowd behind us. And when they do get behind us, I know it gives the boys an extra little push as well.
Thanks so much, Lee. Congratulations on another great result.
Cheers.
Right, just a reminder then, Saints next in action next Saturday. We're at home to Harrogate Town, FA Trophy, second round. Kick-off at Clarence Park is at 3 p.m.